Guys, it's Postboxpat. Welcome back to a brand new video on how to get all the mythical weapons inside of Fortnite Battle Royale Season 4. This is going to be part 1, and you can see here we are landing in over at Doom's lair, which is obviously over at Doom's domain, which is actually inside of Pleasant Park now. Now, first off, you can either land obviously at the actual phone booths to get the camo if you want to, but you don't have to. I choose to do that because it makes it a lot easier, because Doom actually can eliminate you pretty quickly with his special abilities. So he comes with mythical gauntlets and the mythical bomb, which you can gain access to. These are really awesome and very powerful. It's actually called the arcane gauntlets, but let me show you where his first spawn location is, and it's in his house. So in his house he can spawn on the upper floor and sometimes down here as well. He kind of wanders around, and he always does this crying emote as well, which I find quite funny, which you can see here, the rain emote, and you can take him out. I'd recommend aiming for his head because it makes it a lot quicker, because Doom can do a ton of damage, especially if he uses his mythical weapon, the bomb especially. He can one-shot you. It's happened to me before on an online game, and you can claim his items from here. Once you've done that, you can rotate around and get out of Pleasant Park if you need to. I'll show off some gameplay of these and how to use them in a second. Let me just jump into the second spot of where he can spawn so you guys can gain access to it quicker if you don't find him in the house. I'd recommend checking the house first straight away. However, someone else might beat you to this at the minute because it is quite hectic, this location, the Doom's domain spot over at Pleasant. So his second spot is actually over in the football pitch, and again there is a phone booth very close to here, so I highly recommend using this phone booth here because it will make it a lot quicker and a lot easier to grab access to Doom's items. Again, use the phone booth if you want to. You don't have to, but I recommend it because it gets you that disguise obviously and stops Doom himself from actually eliminating you by sneaking in. So quite a useful tip. You can also pick up the henchman if you need to find Doom as well. My #1 tip there. And then he actually spawns just here inside of the bay, and you can take him out from range. Probably the best thing to do. If that actually hit me, then he probably would have one-shotted me, but luckily he missed slightly to the right, and you can simply take him out as quickly as possible. Watch out for the henchmen that guard the vault. There's usually 2 of them there, so be careful. But other than that, none others really spawn down here, so you can get quick access to his items if you need to right here. So feel free to do that, guys, because these weapons are really cool. I'll quickly give you a quick demonstration on what they do. So the mythical bomb can cause fire everywhere and does a huge ton of damage, and the actual arcane isn't as good. So if you got the arcane shots, they're not as good at all in my opinion. These gauntlets are pretty weak. I don't think they're going to be that effective, but one thing that's really cool about them and a really useful tip is you can actually use them for farming fish, which is really useful. So yeah, consider that. Now inside the vault, there's a few other things you can get inside of here. There's a bunch of chests. Clearly you can see that, and that's really useful, including even a supply drop, a bunch of ammo boxes, and so many crates. This is a great spot if you're with a squad or a duo. You're going to get absolutely kitted out. On solo, to be honest, you probably won't be able to gather all of these resources. There's probably too many in this section of the map in my opinion. And there is also a rotational situation here if you need it through this portaloo here, which will take you over to modern inside of Pleasant, just on the outer skirts, which is kind of a risky drop because I'm sure someone would probably be looting that, knowing my luck, if I did this in a public game. So yeah, very risky stuff right there, but definitely worth that rotation if you're popping by over here. Also with the gauntlets, you can jump with them. The jump with the gauntlets is only on a timer. It doesn't actually tell you the timer, unfortunately, but I'm sure someone will figure it out. You can't do it consistently basically, so you are stuck with how many times you can do that huge jump. It's kind of useful because you don't take any fall damage from it, so you could actually build to the sky and use these as a jumping tool if you wanted to. You also get bounce pad this season, so I guess you could use them as well. Okay, next up I've got 2 more mythic weapons coming in with Silver Surfer's board and Groot's bramble shield, which is really cool, or his ball, and this is absolutely awesome, which we can check out here and how to get them. So you know when the ships fly past you, keep an eye on these Alpha, Bravo, Charlie and Delta ships as they travel into the map. They're going to leave a blue flare, or there's going to be a blue flare they're going to be landing, and you're going to need to pop over to these to have a chance of getting either Silver Surfer's mythical weapon or Groot's mythical weapon. And you'll see these things floating around, these loot crates, and this is where you have a chance randomly of getting either Groot's or Silver's weapon. Now they're not exactly a weapon because you can use them as a transport method mainly, or a healable item. I'll show you guys how they work in a second. But you can see here I'm clearing out the henchmen. These are really cool henchmen, by the way, Stark's robots, and you can grab access to these, and you can see I'm using Groot's ball, and what this does is it's kind of similar to a baller. You can rotate in it a little bit. However, it's only a short period of time, the rotation. You can jump in it, and it also heals you as well if you need some heal. It can be useful useful for that, so you can share it with a squad member as well if they need to heal it. Also, the bandage bazooka can also do this as well, which I'm pretty sure got removed in one of the recent seasons and has returned. So nice to see it return. You can also do that with bounce pads as well for rotation. Really old tip. I'm pretty sure most of you will know that. Okay, we're rotating over to another location where possibly we could get a chance at getting Silver Surfer's board as well. Now I'm going to use my rotational weapons to travel over there a little bit faster and head towards the Charlie ship over there in the distance. Again, there's going to be a bunch of Stark's robot henchmen over there. You can easily take them out. They're actually probably one of the worst henchmen we've ever had, in my opinion. They're not that strong, so if you get eliminated by these, you must be doing something wrong or have no weapon at all. So I advise, to be honest, stay distance from them. They don't really notice you. They're very easy to take out. They're probably the easiest ones, in my opinion, ever added into Fortnite compared to some of the other ones we've had in the past, which have super aimbots. So you should be able to take these ones out pretty quickly. Hopefully they don't improve as the season goes. I'll talk about a little bit why I think these are so easy to eliminate in a moment. I've got another tip you can do with these, and also I'll show off how to get Stark's electrical rifle or pulse rifle, which I'll show off in a second as well, so you guys can get full details on that. So I'm taking these out to grab it, and there you can see you've got Stark's weapon there. That's how you get it. You get it on these, or you can find it in this area over at Stark's robot kind of like army, or wherever they spawn. You can take them out and get Stark's pulse rifle, which is pretty cool. It's just a really good rifle. It does decent amount of damage, shoots medium ammo, and has a good quick kind of crosshair, so it's pretty accurate, you know, when the crosshair is really small. So there we have it, Silver Surfer's board. We've got access to that as well. We've got both of them in the same game. So let's show a bunch of gameplay off with these. You can see Silver Surfer's board is basically a I guess it's kind of a worse version of not Sky's, was it Jules' grappler, the one that would kind of give you endless gliders. It's kind of a worse version of that. But Groot's ball, I personally think, got more of a unique ability because it allows you to heal on it. You know, when you use it, you can heal inside of it, so that's pretty cool. But the Surfer one, I've not really seen much use to it other than it boosts you up to the sky and you glide. There might be something else to it that I just can't figure out, but I think it's a pretty cool ability to be able to do something like this and glide all over the place. So there's a bunch of gameplay of these. Let's jump into the last little tip I've got for you guys, and that's with the Stark robots. So the Stark robots, if you don't already know, always spawn at these ship locations, and you can actually hack into these robots to get them to be part of your squad / duo, or even trio or solo. And they're not the best, like I said. They're probably the worst henchmen we've ever received, in my opinion, from just fighting them myself. And I think it's cool though, because you could go around the map gathering a huge army and march off with them. I don't know how many you could get in your squad, but it'd be cool to have them. They do follow you anywhere, by the way, so you can start walking away. They will give away your position because someone will know you're there with these following you around, but they're pretty cool to have, I guess. And if you got an army of them, I think it'd be pretty cool, especially in solo. I guess someone build fighting, they will outdo these easily. If they're a really good builder, they're gonna probably outplay them. But that's it for today's video. Smash a like, smash a subscribe if you do consider sticking around, and go and support me further with code Postboxpat in the item shop. Hope to see you guys in future content, and once again, this is Postboxpat signing out.